Welcome back, everybody. Day 2. I got this guy out of the garage. I'm super hyped. What we're going to do is I'm actually going to test this radiator. That is the old guy in this guy. And like I said, I wasn't ever trying to do a full-on budget build on this car. It's just I had a lot of the parts, so we're just kind of making things work and then upgrading them as I can. So what I'm going to do, just in case I don't want to waste any coolant, we're gonna fill it with water, make sure this radiator is still in good shape, make sure it doesn't leak. And yeah, the Z is completed, at least running and drivable. And the swap, I don't really have to do anything else for the swap other than adding mufflers. You guys also did give me some really good suggestions for the Z. So we're gonna work on that this week. Hopefully like final, complete, like body, bumper, all done. Once I figure out if the radiator is good or not, we'll put on the nose panel again, and we'll be able to rip this thing around. But I'm working on cleaning up my garage. Obviously, we work a lot in and out of the garage. So if you see boxes in here or whatever, stuff comes in and out on a consistent base. So that's why it's very, very hard for me to keep this thing clean. But yeah, I'm working on it. So sorry for the clutter in the videos, guys. Next thing on the agenda is I gotta do a checklist on the GTO. We got a lot of back and forth going with the track. So now they're saying they're gonna run events again, and then last week they weren't, the week before they were. I don't know really what is the total deal, but either way, I would like the GTO to be ready for the next event. I don't think I'm gonna be driving the GTO much this week, so now would be a good time to go ahead and go through it. So a couple things I just want to double check my axles. Whenever you guys do axles and aftermarket stubs and all that stuff, you want to double check them. I did put in Loctite on the bolts, but if they come loose, just natural with natural driving. I don't know why the aftermarket stuff does that, but they do, so I'm going to check those out. Probably do an oil change on it. I'm consistently now doing 1,000-mile oil changes. Better safe than sorry. Yes, we're still stock bottom in, and I plan on fully sending it. The goal is 10,999,999,999 out of this car, and I definitely, with the added power of the turbo, I definitely feel like it's doable. I definitely feel like I can manage the torque a lot better now. So now we don't know until we go to the track, but with all of that being said, I definitely feel like I could drive this thing 1,000 times better than I drove the LSA. And I have a bunch more top end than the LSA did. That's the next on the agenda. Oil change, check the rear end, probably change the diff fluid, check the clutch out, make sure everything is in good order. And then once again, if track day is happening on Wednesday, we're going Wednesday. All right, guys, so what's next on the agenda, which I hope to get done very soon, is my dad actually has a guy who's gonna be willing to help me learn how to weld aluminum. So I pieced this whole kit together, and since I don't run a whole lot of boost, this is kind of holding out strong. But I would really like to get rid of all of these couplers. So this guy I would like to go away. This guy for sure. There's another one down here that I would like to take away, this guy. And just make it one solid piece. So then I literally only have one coupler here and one to join from the intercooler like up through here, and then vice versa on the turbo itself. So that's one thing I'm gonna try to figure out and learn from this guy. I got a bunch of test tubing over in the pile. Let's see what else. We definitely may be switching up the exhausts for sure. Like, I know I've been really, really unsure about what I want to do with the exhaust on this car. I definitely think I might just go a dump. I've been talking to my buddy Jonathan, and Jonathan runs a hood dump, and he gave me some in-car video, and it wasn't too bad. So that's definitely a thought. And if I run, a hood dump or maybe a fender exit, the car will be way lighter, at least by getting rid of all of that exhaust pieces. I still got to do the rear seat delete and then the spare, and then just get this thing all dialed in, so then we could go in as light as possible to the track and then achieve the goal, and then we'll make some moves. Definitely still considering building a motor on the side for this, or picking up one. I have a friend who has one, and it's definitely on my mind, but nothing's for sure yet. You got to be smart with your finances, so that is what I'm trying to do right now. All right, guys, going for a light cruise. We're gonna keep it chill. No, it's not leaking or nothing, but just this is like a real test drive. I did drive it once before, but this will be more so a test drive than before. Definitely a driver's car, which I'm hyped on. First start, starts right up. Throw my only thing. So next on the agenda would be I wanted to do some sort of digital dash. Right now it's you know, old school analog. It's all the 300Z stuff, which I don't have most of it anymore. So we're just gonna go and drive it, see how I like it, and we'll come back. Super loud. For this, so I'll probably end up taking the GTO to get some new plugs, but right, so super hype. I'm learning the clutch technique. This one releases a little bit different than GTO, so definitely learning how to feather that a little bit. But let me give you guys a full rundown. So we bought it as a project. Obviously it's gonna have its blemishes. We got the hard part done, so I'm psyched on that. But there's some stuff I want to clean up, like this guy, these guys, all of this. There's a little bit of dings, nothing crazy, but definitely some work that needs to be done. Obviously we're gonna do wheels and just the whole 9 on this car, but for right now it is a solid runner, super solid runner. And still haven't decided on a color, so but yeah, anyway, next on the agenda is handling this guy. This one would be good to run. I just want to get under it and make sure the diff bolts are good to go. Diff bolts and axle bolts, because like I said earlier, they are known to work their way loose over time. So hopefully my Loctite did its job, but I'm gonna double check anyway. Dang, it's a dope view. Dope view. Woo! So I got the Z done pretty much just in time for our summer road trip.
I know, that's awesome. Like, I'm so excited to start having these summer road trips with the T-tops off.
But yeah. So now we just gotta get the GTO to where we want it, and then GTO's pretty close. Sorry guys, we're kind of tired. We did a 4 a.m. hike this morning.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Thanks to this one right here.
I know.
It was her idea.
I don't know what I was thinking.
She's so dead.
We saw the sunrise and it was really pretty. So,
yeah, it was cool. It's just
it's different.
Yeah, it made our day way longer.
I know. I'm like, dang, it's barely 5. I felt like today was already another day.
That's why all these gurus say wake up at 4 in the morning.
I know.
But yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm psyched. Like, nothing leaked, everything's dialed. I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna have to figure out the small things that come loose or whatever, but she's good to go.
It's the time for games and it's the time to kill. Make up your